and we're still letting some people in. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our sales meeting. As you can see, I am not Michael Rapaski. I'm Eddie Donnelly, your Director of Growth. And, I'm here while the illustrious Michael Rapaski is out on vacation. So we're going to get going. And as you can see, we've got some great things coming up. And just like Michael, I'm going to start with our beliefs. And as always, we've got, some, and I'm going to actually go with customers. So customers, who can tell me what that means to them when it comes to our belief system? I'm going to take yourself off mute. I want some engagement on this one. So let's get some answers. What do customers mean to us right now as we're in a market where, they're seemingly hard to find? Who can give me a good belief system answer around that? You can put it in the chat. You can come off mute. Either way. Can everyone hear me? So what do customers mean to you? Because they're important, aren't they? And in our beliefs, it says customers always come first. So what's an example of how that comes out in your business? Anyone who could potentially lead to a sale? That's right, Eddie Golden, thank you. And what does it mean when it says they always come first? Isn't our responsibility that we are the fiduciary? Keep the connection, business will come. That's right. It's a relationship first business. So we're in the relationship business, and then we're in the sales business when they need real estate help. Thank you, Kelly. So as we move forward, we've got some big congratulations right now. The North Star team and the Young team both placed in the top 10 regionally. Now, there are hundreds of teams regionally, and these two teams are shining. So we want to give a big congratulations to them for being top 10 year to date in GCI for the region. So big shout out, yay. And big thank you for a great career night last night. We had a great turnout. The Socher team, Chris Case was actually there. Carol Joyner and Alex Spino all had people in the room looking to grow their profit share tree, and the people in the room looking to become real estate agents or figure out where they fit in the real estate industry. So big thank you for a great turnout for career night last night. And speaking of profit share and growth, April career nights are April 17th and April 24th. So if you've got people that are thinking about becoming a real estate agent or interested in learning more about Keller Williams, they're already agents. We welcome them. On the 17th, it's at Pepper Pike. They're at 6:30 p.m. And on the 24th, it's in Rocky River. And it is also available via Zoom. So feel free to invite people to these events and potentially grow your profit share tree. Upcoming trainings. Now, we've got some great things coming up. As you know, you've probably received your training calendar yesterday in your email from our wonderful Carrie Mitchell. And we've got some great events coming up. And to start that off, we're doing a meet and greet with Ohio Real Title, our new partners, and we've got a lunch and Q&A tomorrow in Pepper Pike and also Rocky River. So on both sides of town at noon, feel free to sign up. We want to get a good head count. So if you have not signed up for that and you have some questions for Ohio Real Title, we'd love to see you there. And it's, again, at 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. in Pepper Pike and Rocky River. Food will be provided. So bring your appetites and bring your questions. Next up is Contracts with Eric Ukbar, April 5th at 11 a.m. in Pepper Pike, going over contracts and if you've had questions about it or some concerns, Eric will be there to answer those questions and help you move your business forward. Now we've also got, as you know, a new purchase agreement in the state of Ohio. So you've either heard of it, seen it, and we've got Andrew Ginter that's going to help you get through it. So Andrew's going to make sure that you understand the changes and what that means to you, your clients, and your business. So that is April 6th at 11 a.m. So definitely check that out, as it is important to your business to understand the changes on the purchase agreement. Our big event, Keller Williams Greater Metropolitan's Q2 kickoff. So we've got that scheduled for Tuesday, April 11th at 9:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's in the Middleburg Heights Community Center. We're going to have a top agent panel, a market update. We're going to have a great keynote speaker and review what happened in Q1. So if you're looking to grow your business and make sure that you're kicking off Q2 with a great start and an understanding of what to say and how to communicate with your clients, this is the event that you cannot miss. So Tuesday, April 11th at 9:30 a.m. We've also got Mortgage Hacks with Cross Country Mortgage on April 19th at 1 p.m. Now, I know with rising rates, there have been some creative lending solutions that have been going around. So Cross Country is going to help us with figuring out how to get through those mortgage questions that we have, and around some of the things that, maybe is causing us a little bit of slowdown in our business. So Mortgage Hacks with Cross Country Mortgage on April 19th at 1 p.m. Put that on your calendar. Happening today here in Pepper Pike for the month of March at 11 a.m., we've got the wonderful Nancy Emmerman, and she will be joining us to talk about your free profit share tree. Now, if you cannot make it today, we are also doing it on April 21st. And what is the significance of April 21st? It's Profit Share Day. So that's the day you get paid on your profit share. So Nancy Emmerman will be talking about what we can do to grow our profit share tree. And that will be great, because that's the way that you get your cap back. You get your money from your cap back by bringing in agents that can help grow your profit on the 21st of every month. April 26th, 6:30 p.m. via Zoom is all about real estate coaching. Now, I've talked with a lot of agents, and there are a lot of people that are feeling the shift and having trouble getting their business to where their goals are. And All About Real Estate Coaching that's going to help you find your way. Coaching is a great avenue to move from E to P. We've all got our natural ability, and being entrepreneurial, coaching is the way to get past that entrepreneurial stage and break through that ceiling of achievement and become purposeful. So All About Real Estate Coaching is April 26th at 6:30 p.m. We look forward to that so that we can all grow our business. Next up, May 2nd is the Wealth Workshop for the region. Excuse me. And it's in St. John's, and at St. John's in Plymouth, Michigan. And we've got Brett Tanner. So I know some agents are in the 8 Weeks to Wealth program with Brett Tanner, and there's a huge discount on this right now. It's $249 down from $997. So as real estate agents, a lot of us consider ourselves wealth builders. And this is a great way for you to learn to build your own wealth through real estate with this program. So May 2nd, 9 to 3:30 in Plymouth, Michigan. It's a huge discount. We've got the QR code there, and I'm sure Carrie's going to put the link in the chat box. So that's a great thing to go to. Red Day, save the date. This is the day that Keller Williams gives back. Just a side note, our office will be closed that day, and the expectation is that you are out there helping. That's what Keller Williams stands for. We come from contribution, and May 11th is the day that we give back to the community. And keep an eye out for the sign up roster. It will be going out soon with the different opportunities that you can sign up for. There are different groups all over the community or the county that will be going out and doing work, and you can pick what's right for you. So May 11th, save that date, keep the whole day off so that we can go out and celebrate what KW stands for and give back and show that we care. Partner update. We've got some great partners, and starting with Ohio Real Title. And so we're going to hear from Ohio Real Title now. And I see the wonderful Janelle Kiefer and Rick Capretta on the line with us today. And they're going to talk to us about what Ohio Real Title is doing to add value to you as agents and our partnership. So I'm going to let them take it away.
Well, thank you so much, everybody. Rick and I are brother and sister, and we are also partners. And we are so excited to be in this partnership. Not only is brokerage so large, we have the capacity to support you both on a customer service level, and then also if you have an opportunity with joint ventures. But what Rick and I can bring to the table is that hands-on liaison between you, your clients, assisting with escrow, assisting with any buyer or seller needs that you might have. Take that pressure of title or things that you can or cannot answer off your back and put it into our laps, and we'll take care of you as an extension of your business. So we're so excited about the partnership. And Rick, I'll hand it over to you.
Well, Janelle pretty much said it all right there. Again, just really happy about this partnership. We hope to see as many of you as possible on both sides of town. Janelle and I will obviously be east side, and then I think Jen will be out on the west side, maybe with some escrow folks as well. So really just looking forward to meet you guys, earn your trust, and then take it from there.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much. And we are so excited to be in this partnership as well, and looking forward to, a lot of opportunities moving forward. Next up, we've got Cross Country Mortgage, and we're going to let Christopher Bullock go ahead. We've got Don Jarecki on the line as well. So they're going to give you an update on what's going on in the world of lending.
Thanks, Eddie. Obviously, Sean, he was in Scotland yesterday. I think he is back to London today. Believe it or not, he called me yesterday. I didn't think I'd hear from him. That might be the most expensive phone call he makes this year, hopefully. As far as rates go, we'll keep it pretty quick there. We're trending about the same as we were last week. The Fed kept it, pretty middle of the road, didn't do anything shocking, raised the funds rate about a quarter, and, that's about it. So not pretty unchanged in that side of things. Don, you want to mention the Buy Now, Refi Later?
Yeah, our Buy Now, Refi Later program, which was slated to end at the end of this month, has been extended to was it July 15th, Chris?
Yep, that's correct.
July 15th. So anybody that's purchasing and financing with Cross Country Mortgage, the Hadley branch, will receive a $1,500 credit on a future refinance through the end of 2025. They have to make that happen. And one thing I do want to mention about this upcoming buying season here is with these loan level price adjustments that every lender's experiencing, be on the lookout for a lot more FHA offers than conventional offers. Even with the 10% down conventional buyer, you will find that their payment will be less going FHA due to the mortgage insurance and lower interest rates. So you may be coming across more FHA offers this summer and spring and summer than conventional offers due to these pricing adjustments. If you want to talk further about it, just reach out to any one of us and we'll explain why.
Perfect. While I wanted to mention too, while Sean's out, Carmen, she's on the call too. If anybody needs anything, having a hard time getting a hold of Sean or have something out there in the world that you'd like a quick answer on, let me or Carmen know and we'll hop on it right away.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And thank you for that update. And the FHA, if anyone's got questions, feel free to reach out to Cross Country Mortgage. They're a wonderful partner of ours, and they can help you navigate those new rules and new events out there. So feel free to get in touch with them as early and as often as possible. All right. Next up, we've got Gina Legeza All right, there's the beautiful Gina Legeza from America's Preferred Home Warranty. Thank you, Gina, for joining us, and tell us what's going on in home warranties.
Good morning. My pleasure. You know, Eddie, I've been getting a lot of questions about paperwork. So I thought I'd mention just the basic paperwork that you need every time that you sell a home warranty. And that is our application page and then the data collection form. And the reason why the data collection form is so important because you get $50 every time you sell a home warranty. And that $50 can go for future events, for your clients. It could go for any causes that are important to you. These really add up. And another surefire way to do both pieces of paperwork is through our online web portal system called RealPro. RealPro is the fastest, easiest way to do both pieces of paperwork in under 30 seconds and get a receipt for the title company. So I am more than happy to go over RealPro with our fabulous agents and talk about how I can save you time and money and keep you in the know for everything home warranty through that web portal system. And that's my update for today. Thanks, everybody.
Well, thank you, Gina. And saving time and money is important. So that speaks to my heart. I don't know about the rest of you. And that $50 could definitely go towards reimbursement for some or all of your closing gifts to your clients. So not only do you get them a home warranty, you get $50 that can go towards getting them something nice as a closing gift. So thank you, Gina.
Thank you.
Next up, we've got KW Greater Metropolitan Management. Do we have Jessica Ivins on the line? Anybody see Jessica? No? Okay. Well, moving on. Our subject matter for today, when with client events. And we've got Jeremy Oles, Meghan Zahriyeh, and Debbie Ribinskas on the line. So, I see, there you are. There you all are. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So tell us a little bit about yourselves and your business, about what sort of client events that you've been hosting in the past.
Are we in any order or does it?
No, just I'll start with you since you spoke first.
Okay. So we do several throughout the year, and each individual agent on our team has kind of their own like main event. So a couple of things that we do together as a team are, number one, we just rolled out and mailed out a lucky lottery ticket to our top. Well, it could be whoever you want it to go to. It just happened to be right here, like the top SOI. Basically for me, that went to, so it's a lottery ticket with a penny right here in the first picture, mailed to 100, I did 100 people who refer me or are in my top 100. So each individual agent on our team has their own list. So we all do that. We do follow up on that. We just sent out the second picture here, the lottery ticket giveaway, which just said if you missed being on that mailing, call us and give us a referral. That's basically what that says. So basically the ticket was thanking our clients for referrals. And then we do a pie giveaway every November. We've been doing that for a while, and many agents and teams do a pie giveaway, but that was basically for everybody in that year who bought or sold with us. So we each had, and we hand delivered those. So we do little tickets on those. And then we hand deliver them on the day that they're picked up. It takes a couple days to deliver, but those are a couple things that we do all year round.
Nice.
And then we have like a main event. Do you want me to go over that now, or do you want me to?
Well, let's break that down a little bit. So, how do you see these events improve your business? What does it actually do for your business? What are the results?
So what we're getting from those is many, many callbacks, many texts back, thank you so much for thinking of me. And just acknowledging that we're getting the referrals from people and that we appreciate them with the pies. And that's everybody who bought or sold with us. So not that they expect it, but when they get it, they kind of forgot that you might have done it the year before. and they're texting and putting Facebook messages on. Some of them have even posted on your Facebook page, hey, just got a lottery ticket, or they won, they're calling us. So I think it goes a long way, and it's $1, right, for a ticket, and then a penny, and then postage. So it's a pretty inexpensive thing to do for your clients. The pies are a little bit more, but at Sam's Club or Costco, they're like $4.99 or $5.99 a pie. So we do get calls back and emails and Facebook messages. So I think it does go a long way. And when they get something like that and you're acknowledging their referral, they're going to refer again. So many of these people that get the lottery tickets, or we have a big client event, know that we appreciate them, and they're going, and many of them are multiple referrers. So,
okay.
So that's where it's
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So before we move on, let's talk to Jeremy. Jeremy, tell us a bit about what you do for your events.
Sorry, I've got a car alarm going off outside my office window here. So I just started this past year, held our first event just before Thanksgiving. And I've been wanting to do it for a while, and just kind of had a lot of reluctance about, what if nobody comes? Where do I have it? Where do I start planning it? And just decided to commit to it, and held a VIP event for my top referral partners, people who have given me the most amount of referrals over the past more than a decade. And I wanted to start small, something I could get comfortable with, and realize right away it's pretty simple. There's a few steps involved, and it's something that's repeatable. So we held ours at a indoor golf club that one of my clients opened down in the Flats. So it has 3 golf simulator bays. They have a bar, pool table, some big screen TVs. So pretty laid back environment. We brought food in, had some sponsors, and it was really nice, laid back, and something around what I enjoy. So very, very simple.
That's awesome. And it's smart to, use your client's space and give back to your client as well using the event. So that's a great aha on that one. And Meghan, how about you? What are you doing in your events to bring clients back to you in referral business?
Yeah, hi, good morning, everyone. So before becoming a real estate agent, I was in corporate events for 12 years. And recently I've been assisting our team, the Golden Group, on putting together client-facing events. We had a really successful fall event at a pumpkin patch local in Elyria. And it's just a really great way to get in front of your clients face to face, have some fun, have some conversations. From those events, we got really great feedback that people really enjoyed it, or if they couldn't make it, they were really sorry to miss it. And it kind of creates a momentum for people to look out for the next event. Just as Debbie and Jeremy said, it's, our events are for us to get in front of our clients and build those relationships and build those referrals. So it's a great tool, a great way to lead generate and have some fun.
Absolutely. And, I've heard of a couple of you mention it, and events happen in a few stages, right? So there's the planning, then the executing, and then, as they say, the fortune is in the follow-up. So let's talk a bit about the planning stage. Who do you invite? I know Jeremy spoke about his VIP clients. What about Debbie and Meghan? Who are you inviting to these events, and how do you track those RSVPs?
I can go.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Well, I always ask, what is the goal and what is the budget of the event? And then after you kind of figure out who you want to target, you can definitely narrow down, is this going to be a client appreciation event? Is this going to be to build new business? And what is my budget? And then from there, tracking and capturing the RSVPs and contact information is essential.
Okay. And Debbie, you were going to say something?
We do the same thing. We each pick who we want to send, who we want to invite to our, client events, and then they're tracked by RSVP, whether they're going on Facebook. There's several different ways they can say yes, no, maybe. Mainly it's on Facebook, it's a private group, or they're getting an email so they can respond there with a link to track. And then it basically an Excel, it looks like an Excel spreadsheet with yeses and nos. And so we know as we go along who's coming, who's not coming, so we can follow up the whole time with them. You know, hey, sorry, you can't make it. Maybe you could make the next one, and just like responding, because you'll know that they can't make it, or they're on vacation. And so, or wherever they're at and they can't make it. But so we track it as well.
And, you know, when do you start? I mean, is this like a week before you say, I'm going to put on an event? I mean, how far out are you planning these things?
So for our team, we're planning them very early. So in November, December of 2022, we have our business planning meeting. And so we'll know what events we'd like to do for 2023. If there's something that you need to add on, or you just last minute think of it, it's hard to do it last minute because you do have to book a venue or get the information out. So we do have an event checklist, and so, you know, beginning of the year, try to get it booked if you can. Right now, if you decide to do something, then just get it booked right now. 3 months out, we're sending out, we have a nice checklist. We're doing a save the date 90 days prior. And then 2 months before, we're sending out another invite. 1 month before, we're doing another one. So it's constant follow-up up until that main event. And then, you know, 2 weeks before, a week before, when you have to have your numbers in. So the week of, you're following up again, you're doing a mass text, you're gathering the information, you're gathering the responses, you're planning the selections at your venue. And then the day of the event, you're going there for setup. And then afterwards, you know, during the event, you are also making an announcement maybe to your clients or whoever you have there, thanking them. And once again, requesting referrals, you know, always throughout, just mention the reason that you're there, the reason that they're there as well. And then afterwards, we're doing follow-up as well. So it's an ongoing process. I would say 3 months in advance is when you start, you know, sending out a save the date, but if you're doing something last minute, it can be done. It's just, you've got to get the information out and give people enough time.
Okay, awesome. And does that track with the other two on the call, or are you all doing it about 3 months? Jeremy, same thing?
I think I started 60 days before. A little more time would not have hurt. But once I had my audience, and I knew who I was going to invite, so it wasn't, you know, hundreds of people. I think we invited about 35 people, ended up having, I think, about 17 people come through. Some people last minute said they couldn't make it. But I think following up with them, inviting them, following up, make sure they got the invite via email, text message, calling them to make sure they received it. Following up the week of, saying, hey, we're looking forward to seeing you. And at that point, I had a few people last season, you know, wife's sick, husband's sick, we're not going to make it. And I said, well, if one of you wants to come, you know, feel free to bring a friend, because a lot of people might not want to come to an event where they might not know everyone. So I had several people come with a friend or a work colleague, and that was great. Got a few leads out of that. So just encouraging people to bring a guest, whether they're invited with one or not, I think really pays dividends.
Now, you said sponsors, so you can have sponsors at client events and events that you throw on to help offset some of the costs.
This is not a respite clinic, so I don't know if I'm allowed to or not, but I did. I'd rather apologize later than ask for permission. So yeah, you know, whether it's a title company or lender, maybe a contractor that you use often, home inspectors that you give a lot of business to. They were all happy to write checks. A few of them came by and helped kind of, you know, split some of the cost of the food. And a lot of my clients, I guess, like to drink according to the bar tab. So it got a little pricey there. Cover the cost of the venue. So well,
I think knowing that, is Isn't that generating business for them as well? So isn't that, as we say, a win-win in this business?
Absolutely. And, some of the contractors have worked with those clients that were there, so they got to meet them face to face or say hi again. So yeah, it was good for everyone.
So at the events, and I know some agents might have some, trepidation around this. At the events, do you talk about real estate? I mean, is that the conversation that you have? Do you sit up there and do a presentation or anything like that? Or what do you do? Or do you just make it social fun time?
I think
it
really
is
depends.
social fun time, but I think you do need to mention why you're there. You do need to, just like in the beginning of my big event, I just thank everybody for being there. It's because of you that I'm in the business and I've done, been so successful, and that's it. And that I don't go on and on, but they know why they're there. I thank them, and then we have fun. We don't go on and on about that, but we do mention that in the beginning, and then when they're on their way out the door, we thank them again. So I do mention it.
Okay, and Megan?
I agree with Debbie. It really depends on the event, but you want to be strategic. You want to be a great host. You want to kind of remind them why they're there, but also make sure that they're having fun. And then you can always remind them post-event when you do your follow-ups.
Okay, and let me ask, is the event actually about the event, or is it about the client relationship?
Yeah, I think it's about the relationship and having a reason to, reach out to your people. And it's really not even about the event or them coming, but if you have, this event, it gives you a reason to call your clients, email them, follow up with them, whether they were there or not. And, a lot of people might be, call reluctant. Eddie might know something about this, being an old coach now. But I heard another coach, someone say, are you call reluctant or value deficient? And that just really stuck with me. And I thought, well, if you have something to call about, something to offer, instead of, hey, I can show you homes if you ever want to buy a house. Well, anybody can do that. They can find anybody with a license to do that. But if you're, giving back to them, and having market knowledge to share, that's great. That's what we should be doing. And if you have something like an event to offer them and to invite them to, that gives you a great reason to reach out, say hi. So it was a no-brainer for me.
And Megan, what kind of follow-up does the Golden Group do after the events?
I'm a big fan of post-event feedback surveys. We've also, with our Fall Fest, we had a photographer there. So it was a really great way to have our agents reach out and say, hey, here, you might be in some of the pictures from the event, and, click on the link, share these. It creates brand awareness. It creates additional touches to keep building on those relationships. And then also, people love posting pictures and giving feedback. So they post the picture, somebody else sees how much fun they had at your event, and then they want to be invited next time, or they see the brand and they put the two together, a really cool event that someone they know had fun at, and that they know somebody who's in real estate. And then with the
awesome.
feedback surveys, it's just a great way to get people's opinions and another way to touch with them again.
That's awesome. You talked about branding, and two of the key things in branding are consistency and value. And these events offer both. It's the consistency in talking to your clients and inviting them and reminding them, and then the follow-up after the event. And consistency builds awareness, and the value that you're offering them builds popularity. So you're hitting both key factors in branding on these events. So that's awesome. So what would you say are key steps in planning events? I know Debbie kind of went over it with her event, the checklist. Besides what Debbie said, was there anything else that you found that's really helpful for planning your events? We'll start with Megan and then go to Jeremy.
I definitely think about pre, during, and post. So you want to have those checklists in place. You want to think about a reliable check-in system, because sometimes you have people who have not RSVP'd and they just walk in. So tracking and getting those contacts is very important, because that's kind of one of the main reasons you're doing the event. research your guest list, know your clients who are going to attend, so you can plan your networking strategy. Capturing content at the event is very important, so you can use it later for social media. And then just making sure that you are getting that value out of your event.
Now, as a newer agent, and I'm going to move this over to Jeremy as well, as a newer agent, and say I'm not leading with revenue, and I don't have a lot of money, client events can be made to fit a wide range of budgets. What would you say are some good lower cost ideas, and maybe some nicer events that someone with a lower budget might be able to do to really impact their circles?
I mean, I think there's a lot of things you can do. Simple. If you get a couple sponsors for people that you're, working with and giving business to, even renting an ice cream truck at a public park. And not only can you, feed your client database with ice cream, maybe keep a smaller audience, but then if people are coming by and saying, oh, what's this? Well, here, sign up, we'll get you a free ticket. Just, gather their contact information, add them to your database. I think that would be a great idea. I think there's things like you could rent a shredder truck, which we're looking into for this year, where, these companies will come out and shred, important documents. You could do that here at the office parking lot. I can't imagine that would be terribly expensive. So I think you really just want to focus on, what's the goal of the event, what that audience is going to be, the vibe, and what that's going to cost, so you can really plan ahead and figure out how much you'll have to cover. You really need to follow up, though, like Meghan said, and make it worth your time. Don't just do it and forget it. Same thing with like if you're doing an open house, if you don't put out any signs, you're just there for 2 hours and not collecting people's information. That's kind of a waste, of your time and resources. So really just do that follow up and make sure you're, making it worth the time and money.
I want to come back to an idea you said. You said open house. Can a client event be an open house? I've seen big open houses that are parties or art shows or planned events. You could have a planned event at a client's house and create an open house environment in that same thing. So 7th level open houses. And I know, Debbie, you were that same question as far as lower cost events. And that, Jeremy, that was the ice cream truck was a great idea. I might even take that one. So Debbie, what are your ideas on, lower cost events as someone maybe just starting out? What would be a good one for someone like that?
Right. When I first started, I obviously wasn't doing the volume. So I did need a lower cost event. So I did a local pool party. The only cost I had was pizza and water bottles at the pool. I reserved it. I don't even think they charged me, because if you did it at a local pool during certain hours, I just kind of picked like 5 to 7. I kind of picked an off time where there weren't a whole lot of people there. And then I just had the beach ball. I ordered beach balls. It says, they say Keller Williams, Greater Metropolitan. Well, they did say Greater Cleveland on them with my name and the Lisa Cisco team on them, and gave out beach balls. So it was pretty inexpensive. It wasn't $1,000. Some of the client events with drinks and appetizers and that kind of thing do cost quite a bit of money, but that pool event was probably one of the cheaper events, and an ice cream truck too. We haven't done that, but I love that idea, Jeremy. Yeah.
And what about you, Meghan? What as someone who has a lot of experience in events, what would you say to someone like that asking that question?
I would say, what do you like to do on a daily basis? Start there. Barter services with other vendors and local businesses, bring on sponsors, as Jeremy mentioned. Also, educational and virtual events can be really low cost. You're teaching something, you could host something for new home buyers. You can do a virtual event and talk about mortgages with a mortgage broker. You could, if you like to do yoga, you can look into hosting a yoga class at your favorite studio. I feel like there's a lot of low cost options out there to get started. And then back to the open house. When I started out doing open houses, I worked with a local bakery that I would get cookies and have the cookies there and just post on social media and welcome guests kind of as if I was welcoming them into my house. I'm sure a lot of people do that, but it is a good low cost way to kind of have an event for clients.
Nice, nice. And I'm sure, you know, knowing your businesses, you all are probably tracking these pretty well. What would you say your return on the investment on these events is through referrals and new business from your clients? Jeremy, I'll start with you.
I just started with the one event, and I had two pieces of business that, you know, these are future business, but contacts I've already made, kept in touch with, and I think they will be buying and selling in the future. So, I mean, that could be, you know, over $25,000 in business easily.
And what did the event cost you?
Less than $1,000 for my cost.
So that's a pretty great return on investment,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how about you, Debbie?
I think almost every event I get several leads because they're sitting there thinking like, what else can I do? Even if they don't have to do it that night, just talking and sitting down with everybody at each table, they end up giving you more information or saying, this is going to happen in the next month or two, or so I do end up getting several pieces of information for future referrals. And my business is about, I would say 95% or more past client and repeat and referral business.
Well, that's an amazing business. 95% past client, repeat and referral.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'd take that business. So yeah. That's great. Congratulations on that. And Megan, how's that working out for you in the Golden Group?
Yeah, so we just started doing events about late last year, but already we're seeing that a couple of our agents have received business directly from the event or a referral of business from one of our events. And I'm hoping that carries through the more events we do in 2023.
I bet. Well, you know, as someone who has only done a few events, I can appreciate all the insight you're giving us. And, you know, if someone listening wanted to host an event in the upcoming months, you know, part of what stops people is just the start. So where do you start? I know Megan kind of mentioned start where you live, start what you're interested in. So where do you start otherwise? So, you know, if I were to say right now I want to do something, how do I even go about it?
I would Jeremy, start with your goal, what you want the goal of the event to be. If it's, you know, to get more referrals or just stay connected with your past clients to get more referrals. I think that's going to be the end goal of all of them, but know who that audience is, who you're going to invite, what those people like doing, what you want to do, and kind of, you know, build that around that budget. You'll have a sense of what everything's going to cost before you kind of even dive in. But then start researching and figure out, okay, what is 3 hours at this restaurant or this club cost, or this park? What would that run? How many people, if I invite 40 people or 100 people and 50 show up, what will that cost? What do I need? And just think it through, think that day through, and, you know, give yourself, you know, 3-4 months, and then really just start diving in and think about every detail.
Okay. 3 or 4 months. And, you know, that's, we talk about a 36 touch campaign. How many touches do you think you're getting in there for your clients in that 3 or 4 months, the lead up and then the months after? You know, out of your 36 touches for the year, how many touches do you think you're getting?
I would say 6 for one event, with the lead up, the contact at the event, and then follow up.
Okay. So that's substantial. And, and by providing value, Debbie mentioned something that, stands out to me is when, they're sitting there and they feel like they've gotten something of value from you, they want to give back. And do you two, Jeremy and Megan, do you feel that same way when you have your events? Do you feel that coming back from the clients as well?
Definitely. The feedback that we've received from the few client events that we've done so far and client events I've done in the past, they are putting the fun that they had with you and they're connecting it with what you do or what you're offering. And almost like they do feel like they owe you in a way. You gave them something great, a great experience. And then in turn, they want to do the same for you.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I really appreciate all the time you've given us today and the insights into events because, as we move forward, it's a great way to bring clients together and grow your referral business. Are there any questions from the group in the meeting chat for the three of them while we have, our panel together? Any questions? I see some great jobs. So yes, great job. And thank you for your time. I'm going to give it a second. All right. Well, it looks like that's all we have. And I really appreciate all of you. Events are a huge deal. It can be, lead generation looks like a lot of things. And, events can be a really fun one that you can use and grow your business without having to feel like, hey, I'm just on the phone calling people. And like Eddie said earlier in the chat, it's always easier to invite people to something than soliciting them for business. So it gives you a reason to call and a reason to follow up, whether they attended the event or not. The follow up for not attending is, hey, we really missed you. Here's our next event. And then it's another touch. So that's great. And I want to thank you all so much for taking time out to share with us.
Thanks for having us. And if anyone has time for a micro event today, I have a broker's open at 1148 Prospect downtown. Beautiful condo. Stop by and say hi.
All right.
Sponsored by Ohio Real Title with lunch. So come on down.
Oh, wow. Well, you're speaking the real estate language when you say lunch. So
great food.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for being here and make it a great week. And as I said, we've got the wonderful Nancy Emmerman in office today to help you with your profit share and talk to you about what that can mean for you. So